Russian President Vladimir Putin has expressed a willingness to engage in direct negotiations with Ukraine, proposing a new round of talks in Istanbul. In a late-night televised address, Putin stated that he is ready to begin discussions as early as May 15, reviving a format not used since the early days of Russia's full-scale invasion in 2022. He insisted the talks should proceed without preconditions, underscoring Russia's interest in what he described as serious negotiations aimed at resolving the conflict and achieving a long-term peace. Putin's comments come amid growing international pressure for de-escalation and renewed diplomatic efforts. However, his address notably avoided acknowledging a separate proposal from Kyiv and its allies for a 30-day ceasefire, set to begin on Monday. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky welcomed the idea of direct talks in principle but emphasized that any meaningful negotiation must begin with a commitment from Russia to halt hostilities. Zelensky has maintained that a ceasefire is essential before any dialogue can proceed. From Kyiv's perspective, trust must be built through action, particularly in light of past broken agreements and continued Russian military operations. The proposed ceasefire, backed by several Western governments and international institutions, is intended to create space for humanitarian relief and diplomatic engagement, especially with the civilian toll mounting on both sides. The Kremlin, however, appears focused on framing the negotiations as an opportunity to address what it calls the root causes of the conflict. These issues include Russia's long-standing opposition to NATO's eastward expansion, its concerns over Ukraine's military posture, and broader questions about security architecture in Eastern Europe. While these concerns have been repeatedly cited by Moscow since the outset of the war, they are widely seen in the West as attempts to justify aggression and territorial ambitions. The idea of returning to the Istanbul talks, previously cut off amid escalations, signals a potential shift in tone but not necessarily in substance. Observers remain cautious, noting that without a verifiable ceasefire and commitment to diplomacy, the proposed talks may fail to deliver tangible progress. As the international community watches closely, the central question remains whether Putin's offer marks a genuine opening or a strategic move to deflect growing pressure. For now, Kyiv holds firm, no talks without a ceasefire.